Is Pi Network in serious trouble? Prices are crashing, panic selling is at an all-time high, and investors are worried. But is this just a phase, or is there something bigger happening behind the scenes? Stick with me till the end, because I'm breaking down everything you need to know, including some shocking updates that could change the game for Pi Network. Will Pi recover? Is this the beginning of the end? Or is a major comeback on the horizon? Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's dive into the latest Pi Network updates. Pi Network's price has taken a massive hit, dropping below the $1 mark and losing a shocking 30% of its value in just 24 hours. This sudden decline has sent waves of concern throughout the community, leaving many investors frustrated and uncertain about Pi's future. Adding to the worries, Pi's ranking has plummeted from a strong position in the top 10 to the 23rd spot, raising even more questions about the project's stability and long-term potential. Many are now wondering if this is just a temporary setback or a sign of something more serious. But the big question remains: why is this happening? What are the key factors behind this sudden crash, and is there a chance for recovery? Let's break it all down. Here's the truth behind Pi Network's price drop. Several key factors are driving this sudden decline, and understanding them is crucial for anyone invested in Pi. Lack of official updates. One of the biggest concerns among Pi holders is the silence from the Pi core team. Investors thrive on transparency, and without consistent updates or clear roadmaps, uncertainty grows. The longer the team remains quiet, the more confidence erodes, leading to increased sell-offs. Many are questioning when, or if, major announcements like full exchange listings or the open mainnet will finally happen. Exchange manipulation and panic selling. Another major factor is the role of exchanges and large investors. Some experts speculate that certain exchanges might be artificially driving down the price through strategic sell-offs. Additionally, big investors who accumulated Pi early on could be cashing out, triggering a domino effect of panic selling. When traders see the price dropping rapidly, many rush to sell their holdings out of fear, further accelerating the decline. But does this mean Pi is doomed? Or is this just a temporary phase before a potential comeback? Let's explore what's next for Pi Network. Migration problems. A roadblock for many users. One of the biggest frustrations in the Pi Network community right now is the struggle to migrate Pi coins to wallets. Many users are facing delays due to strict Know Your Customer (KYC) and two-factor authentication (2FA) verification requirements. These security measures were put in place to prevent fraud and ensure that only legitimate users can access their Pi, but they have also caused bottlenecks in the migration process. Some users report waiting weeks, or even months, for their KYC to be approved, leaving their Pi stuck and unusable. Others struggle with 2FA verification errors, making it difficult to complete transactions. Until these issues are resolved, a significant portion of the Pi supply remains locked, impacting overall liquidity and price stability. KYB approval delays. A major roadblock to growth. Beyond individual migration problems, Pi Network is also facing delays in securing Know Your Business (KYB) approvals for its ecosystem projects. The team is working towards launching its own decentralized exchange, DEX, which could bring more real-world utility and stability to Pi. However, regulatory approvals are taking longer than expected, leaving the project in limbo. Without an official Pi Network exchange, most trading happens on third-party exchanges, where price volatility is high due to speculation and lack of liquidity. This means Pi's value is being driven largely by traders rather than by real utility, leading to unpredictable price swings. With all this happening, should you sell your Pi, or hold? That's the big question. In the next segment, we'll break down what's coming next for Pi Network and whether a major comeback could be on the horizon. Despite the challenges, there's hope for a comeback. While Pi Network is facing serious hurdles, there are major developments on the horizon that could turn things around and restore confidence in the project. If you've been worried about Pi's future, here's why you might want to think twice before giving up. Pi Swap is coming. A game changer for Pi's future. One of the biggest reasons for Pi's price volatility is the lack of an official decentralized exchange, DEX, where users can trade safely without relying on third-party platforms. But that's about to change. The Pi core team is in the final stages of launching Pi Swap, a decentralized exchange designed to allow pioneers to trade Pi securely and increase liquidity. Once Pi Swap goes live, it could bring more price stability, reduce manipulation, and allow for organic price growth, something the Pi community has been waiting for. Mainnet migration is accelerating. Despite delays, Pi Network's KYC and migration process is steadily improving. The core team is working on expanding KYC approvals and speeding up the migration of Pi to wallets. Once more users successfully complete their migration, Pi's ecosystem will strengthen, and we could see more businesses and platforms accepting Pi as a payment method. Real-world utility is growing. Another major factor that could boost Pi's value is increased adoption. More businesses and online marketplaces are starting to accept Pi for goods and services, bringing real-world use cases into play. The more demand there is for Pi outside of just trading, the more valuable it becomes in the long run. So, should you sell or hold? With all these upcoming developments, selling now could mean missing out on a huge opportunity. While the price drop is concerning, history has shown that strong projects bounce back when key developments go live. The next few weeks could be critical for Pi's future. Will Pi Swap bring the stability we've been waiting for? Will mass migration finally happen? And will businesses continue adopting Pi as a currency? What do you think? Drop a comment below with your thoughts, and if you're still holding your Pi, hit that like button to show your support for the project. Pi ecosystem expanding. Developers can now launch projects without pre-approval. The Pi network ecosystem is rapidly expanding, and one of the most exciting changes is that developers can now launch their own projects without needing pre-approval from the Pi core team. This is a game changer because it opens the door to faster adoption, greater innovation, and a more diverse ecosystem. As Pi's network grows, we'll see an increase in third-party applications, new projects, and partnerships that could enhance Pi's utility and drive its value up. More developers mean more opportunities to integrate Pi into everyday services and applications, increasing its real-world use case and demand. This level of freedom for developers will attract a new wave of projects, pushing Pi into new markets and creating even more value for holders. KYB approval in progress. Pi's decentralized exchange is near. But the excitement doesn't stop there. KYB, Know Your Business, approval is currently in progress, and once completed, Pi Network will have the green light to launch its official decentralized exchange, DEX. This is crucial because once Pi has its own exchange, it could drastically increase price stability and make Pi a more credible and legitimate cryptocurrency. Many investors are anxiously awaiting this launch, as it could be the turning point for Pi's price. Historically, projects with their own decentralized exchange tend to see a sharp increase in demand and value once they are operational. If Pi can successfully launch its DEX and ensure smooth trading for users, the price could skyrocket and stabilize at a much higher level than it is today. But the biggest question remains, will Pi Network be able to overcome its current challenges and fulfill its potential? While the roadmap looks promising, there are still many unanswered questions. Can the Pi core team deliver on its promises? Will the DEX launch be smooth? And most importantly, will Pi users remain patient and continue to support the project as it works through these hurdles? The truth is, no one knows for sure. The next few months will be critical in determining whether Pi Network can make the comeback that many hoped for or if it will struggle to regain traction. But with exciting developments on the way, there is a lot of potential that investors and holders should pay attention to. What do you think? Are you ready for Pi's big comeback, or do you think it's too late? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates as we continue to follow Pi's journey.